Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 105 of the Shadow
Friday
Kvlt.
night.
On a Friday night, yeah. First time ever, Friday night special. Typically, whenever we're not on Saturdays, we've done Sunday afternoon episodes, but we're going Friday night because, well, tomorrow, WWE fucked up our schedule by having Money in a Bank on a Saturday night for some reason.
They scheduled it just because it's like, you know what, that Shadow Kvlt thing, we're gonna fuck their viewership over.
Screw them all over.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. But only three of us tonight, myself, Scott, and James. Ricky at work, not sure about Walter, but we are here to deliver to you a very interesting episode, as it's the 30th anniversary of this show, and we thought, 4th of July weekend, how appropriate that we do a Great American Bash, and we're talking Great American Bash 1992. So, before talking about the show itself and the stats and all that stuff, gotta talk about where the company was at this point, because we're in summer 92,
I mean,
no Ric
this
Flair
is
up in WWF, and, well, Bill Watts era. So, a lot of changes. Lots of changes went down, like removing the padding from the floor,
Yep.
the
rope rolls,
Yep, all that stuff.
Yeah.
down and dirty wrestling.
Hook 'em up.
Like back in my day, we said back in my day.
I miss Rodney Dangerfield. Don't we all? Anyways.
Yes. Every day.
But yeah, so 1992 at this point, this was right at the very beginning of the wrestling recession, especially after the WWF bubble burst at the beginning of the year.
After WrestleMania.
Really, after WrestleMania was really where the recession started.
And this would be the last Great American Bash for 3 years. Because they tried to have one in 1993, but ticket sales were so shit that they just canceled it, and they didn't even attempt in 94.
It had to take bringing Hogan in for them to bring it back in 95.
And Hogan wasn't even on the card. It was one of those factors of, we're doing more pay-per-views, so let's just bring the Bash back.
Yeah. And this is pre-Bischoff, him taking
pretty much a year before Bischoff took over.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's still third rung announcer,
commentator
dude at this point. So,
yeah. But despite all that, and with no Ric Flair around, product-wise was good during this time. He had Sting.
Good. It was fantastic.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
You had Sting as the world champion, Vader's the number one contender, and those two were really carrying this company.
And then underneath all that, you got Rick Rude on an amazing U.S. title run. You got Steve Austin coming up.
And then the tag team division.
Yep.
Which is the
what
focal
this show
point
is
of the show.
all about.
So, now let's get into the show itself. So, WCW Great American Bash 1992 from the Albany Civic Center in Albany, Georgia, with an attendance of 8,000, all of which paid. Live gate of $45,000. Pay-per-view buys, 80,000.
Yeah.
That's the business.
Yeah.
And I was one of those people who bought it.
Yeah.
I think I still have the tape somewhere the show is on. I may have thrown it out, but I think I still have it.
Yeah. But in comparison to 1991, aka the worst pay-per-view in WCW history, attendance was higher, but live gate and pay-per-view buys were way down from 1991. And then in comparison to the rest of the shows of 1992, the attendance was tied for the lowest with Beach Blast. Live gate second lowest with Beach Blast as the lowest. And listen to this number for the live gate for Beach Blast, $28,000.
God.
Wow.
Ugh.
That's...
No. And then the pay-per-view buys tied for the lowest with, you guessed it, Beach Blast. Yeah. Business not good.
And see, we talk about the wrestling recession. It was way worse for WCW than it was the WWF.
Way worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it had to take Bischoff coming in, reducing the house shows, and doing the Disney tapings that helped them start to gain a little bit of footing.
Because by the time they hit 94, they'd broken even. 95, they were making money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So everyone that wants to say that Bischoff, he killed WCW, if it wasn't for Bischoff, WCW would have died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way beforehand.
This is more the end of the NWA.
Mm-hmm.
At this time frame, because it wasn't that long after this that the infamous night with Shane Douglas and the belt being thrown down. What happened? So that was 2 years later. But this is pretty much goodbye. Traditional NWA. WCW is becoming more of a factor than it is at this point. So.
Yep.
And Mike, I did Terry Funk McDonald's on my Twitch last night, okay?
Yeah. Knock it off, Mike. Anyways. So now, let's get on to the show itself. So we got, let me double check how many matches. We got 7 matches. 6 of them are tag team matches. Because, we got the NWA Tag Team Championship
crown
tournament.
The first ever NWA Tag Team Champions. For context, the NWA during the territory system had many different versions of the World Tag Team titles. The version that a lot of people remember are the Mid-Atlantic versions that became the WCW Tag Team Champions. Here, the NWA was establishing its own NWA Tag Team Championships that are still around today, so it is technically the first ever NWA Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. So, with all that said, let's get started. So, we kick off the show with match number 1, the first of 3 quarterfinals matches of the NWA World Tag Team Championship Tournament. We have Jushin Thunder Liger and Brian Pillman, interesting team, versus another interesting team of Nikita Koloff and Ricky Steamboat. Now, for this match, I thought this was actually a really good match between these two teams. Very interesting contrast, especially with Koloff being in there and 3 high flyers pretty much. So it added an interesting dynamic to this match. And also, Liger, this is around the beginning of his coming in and out of WCW for the rest of the 90s, because WCW and New Japan had their relationship pretty much in full swing at this point.
And it's a face-on-face tag match, so
yeah.
There's not much room for drama in that case. That's what this match is. Very fast-paced. It's the fastest-paced match on the card because everyone just has to keep moving to keep the activity flowing here. Because no time to get heat, so let's just try to out-wrestle each other and try to get the better moves and so forth. Nikita does a good job selling his ass off for Liger and for Pillman. Steamboat. Anytime I saw Steamboat and Liger in the ring, it's like,
Wait,
I want more of this. More, please. Liger throws a tribute out to Muta, does the backbreaker moonsault. So he does that combination. And there also hits a freaking stiff-ass looking tombstone on Steamboat.
Yeah.
It looked like he really freaking jacked him there, dude. Wasn't in the finish, too. Too many tombstones on the show, by the way. There were several. But yeah, so this match, very fast-paced, a lot of quick tags. So you got that dynamic going there. I don't know if it was first time teaming. I'm guessing it was first time teaming for both teams, or at least outside this tournament, they had never teamed up before. My recollection. I don't think Pillman and Liger had teamed together yet outside the tournament because they had their run against each other for the light heavyweight title. And Steamboat and Nikita, don't think they ever had any tag thing going.
Minus War Games, not really.
Okay, so just
because Nikita had just come back to WCW in early '92.
Okay,
and it was kind of in that tweener role at the start.
Yeah, so it was weird booking here, but this is kind of like Bill Watts 101. This is like I just want 4 guys out there who can just tear it down and just go out there and do it. That's what you get with this match. So,
and despite the whole no jumping off the top rope, Liger and Pillman and Steamboat even all got a free pass in this, which it's like, okay, so you're pretty much retconning your own rule.
Yeah, which happens a lot. They even have to have an interview with Bill to explain that. To explain that. If your man comes off the top rope intentionally, that is a disqualification. Wait, what? Huh?
Bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Trust me when I say, if you have to explain it that bad, don't put it on the show.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's too confusing for yourself. If it's too confusing for you, your audience ain't never going to get it.
If you intentionally jump off, then it's illegal.
But if you do it by accident or do it with your opponent, it's okay. What? Huh? Yeah.
As much respect Bill Watts gets for being a booker, people want to say Vince McMahon's out of touch nowadays. Look at Bill Watts here in 1992.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Bill was brilliant for his time with Mid-South and starting in the early 80s and taking all the way up to 87 with the buyout to Jim Crockett and the money he drew and the millions of dollars he made. Then the oil bust happens in 84, the economy slumps and he has to sell out. Didn't have the right vision for his company. So yeah, that's what happens too. But
I mean, you hear when he takes over, you hear a lot of people's like, so many people were excited, and then it actually happened.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, and this is after Kip Fry, I think, was the guy in charge right before this, who signed like all these guys to a bunch of $1 million contracts. Jake Roberts famously signed like a $3 million deal. And then Kip was gone. Bill came in. Bill took that contract, ripped it up right in front of his face. Like, fuck you. You're not getting this. And like broke him down like $200,000 or something. So yeah, that happened quite a lot with Bill. But Bill was not doing it. Let me retract that. He wasn't mostly doing it out of bitterness and being petty. He was mostly trying to do it because it was ludicrous and it was costing the company too much money. You know, he wanted to try to turn a profit. He wanted to do what Bischoff eventually does. But it was just too much.
In Jake's case, it was pettiness, but...
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely pettiness because they've always hated each other. Good reasons, bad reasons, whatever, there's reasons. But, yeah, so there was intention, like he wanted to cut back and make money eventually. But it was a corporate structure with wrestling involved, which is backwards. So there was too much... politicking going on behind the scenes and too many people above him telling him you can't do this, you can't do that. And that's why he eventually said, fuck you, and left. Supposedly walked into the middle of a business board meeting wearing sweatpants, walked out to the terrace and took a piss outside while the meeting was going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Big boy knows how to get fired.
Yeah. But in the end, we get to the finish of the match, and it's a pretty cool finish. Pillman going for the crossbody on Steamboat, but Steamboat would reverse it into a pin. 1, 2, 3. And in the end, Nikita Koloff and Ricky Steamboat defeat Jushin Thunder Liger and Brian Pillman in 19 minutes, 26 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't remember the finish of this one. I thought, does this go Broadway? I was like, no, okay, nope, it doesn't go Broadway. Damn close, but it didn't. Being only 7 matches on the card, and it's a 3-hour window, you gotta fill time.
Next up, we get to the second of 3 quarterfinals matches in the NWA World Tag Team Championship Tournament. We get the fabulous Freebirds of Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin versus Hiroshi Hase and Shinya Hashimoto.
What?
Yeah, this match was...
This is horrible.
What?
No.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Michael Hayes, I don't mean Metal Mike, all due respect there. I mean, Michael P.S. Hayes is completely out of his element with this match. What the hell? Oh my God, that was absolutely
they had to pair the Freebirds with Hase and Hashimoto.
Seriously? My God. I mean, Garvin does a little bit better, but fuck, Michael Hayes looked absolutely out of place. This was not the right time for him. And all due respect to Hase and Hashimoto, they can't work miracles. You know, this is the early part of their big push in New Japan. If Walter was here, we get the whole story behind these guys. But yeah, this is wow.
Bowling shoe ugly.
Smells
not
like bowling
as
shoe too. Yeah.
not as bowling shoe ugly as Chono and Rude at Halloween Havoc later in the year.
Probably not. But yeah, that's another contrast.
That was for different circumstances.
But for different circumstances.
This here is
it's just atrocious, a travesty, an abortion, absolute mess. Yeah.
But in the end, one redeeming thing about the match, the finish was pretty sweet.
No, the redeeming qualities it ended.
Yeah, it finished. Yeah, it ended. Yeah, completely.
With the finish, so we get a pretty cool kick from Hashimoto into Garvin, and then into a pretty cool Northern Lights suplex from Hase into the pin, and Hiroshi Hase and Shinya Hashimoto defeat the Fabulous Freebirds in 9 minutes, 16 seconds.
9 minutes too long.
Yep.
Yeah. Next up, match number 3, the third and final quarterfinals match of the NWA World Tag Team Championship Tournament. We have 2 members of the Dangerous Alliance, United States Champion Ravishing Rick Rude and Television Champion Stunning Steve Austin with Medusa versus Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes. So you would think on paper that this would have been a fantastic tag match, but what we ended up with was good, nothing fantastic, not a great match. Good match, but it's like, given the talent involved, you would have thought these guys would have put on something excellent, or at the very least, a very good match. And what we ended up with was just solid, good, but nothing that you have to watch.
Better than the last one.
Way better than the last one. Yeah.
But that's even at that, it's not saying much.
I would think about, because I've been on shows where there's tournaments and stuff like that, and you have to, if you know ahead of time you're going to be wrestling multiple times, and there's not a whole lot of breaks in between.
You do got to
like
pace yourself. Yeah.
Right. You got to slow it down. You can't go balls out. They do as much as they can.
Tournament pay-per-views are hard to do.
Oh, yeah. Totally. What's the last good one? Survivor 99?
King of the Ring 93.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
Honesty, yeah.
So, because I think I heard that like Vince hates tournaments.
Oh yeah. That's why that's why he got rid of King of the Ring in the first place. Fuck those tournaments.
And this is why, because you're going to see the guys go really slow in the opening matches, and then the later they get in the brackets, it's going to pick up, but it takes so long to get there. So that's kind of the deal with this one. And you've got four of the best talents in the company here, but again, you need to slow stuff down. Medusa's looking good in this match. She's looking really nice in this match.
When did she never look good during this time?
During this time. Okay, there you go, my boy, right there. That's during this time. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, but still, good match, like you said. Not fantastic. It's there. It's a there match.
And starting with this match, if I start to sound like a broken record by the end of this show, you'll understand why. The finish here, we get Windham blocking the Austin's pile driver, and then Dustin nails a flying clothesline for the win, as Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes defeat Rick Rude and Steve Austin in 19 minutes, 15 seconds.
Another long match.
Moving on from that, we get the longest match of the night, and now we get into the semifinals. Now, people may wonder, okay, well, aren't there in tournaments supposed to be 4 quarterfinals matches? Well, they ran the Steiner brothers versus the Miracle Violence connection of Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Terry Bam Bam Gordy, I believe on Saturday night, the night before?
No, it was during the Clash of the Champions when they did the opening round, then they did the quarterfinals there.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Steiners were on the show for a backstage segment, too.
That was, and they make an appearance before the finals, but that's it.
Yeah. But anyway, so we get the first of 2 semifinal matches in the tournament. We have Nikita Koloff and Ricky Steamboat versus the Miracle Violence connection of Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. This one, like the opener, really good match. Really, Koloff and Steamboat kind of helped save this tournament from being kind of difficult to watch through.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to them. And yeah, I'd say out of the tournament matches, this was probably the best one by a notch. Because when you got Dr. Death and Terry Gordy in there, you're going to get something cool.
Fucking awesome team. And one of the best teams of the 90s, period.
You got it right there. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
especially
two of the
this
best
time, they are one of the best
badasses.
teams in the world. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I mean,
and weren't they in the
you could
middle?
make the case the best team in the world at this point.
At this time, yes.
I was about to say, weren't they already doing their stuff over in New Japan during this period too?
Yeah. So because Bam Bam, better worker than Williams. Yeah, that's just a fact. Williams is a good worker, but Bam Bam is
40 was
top. This was Michael Hayes said the God's gift to wrestling because he was that damn good. Started out when he was 14, 15, 16 years old. Freaking prodigy, was just bumping and feeding and doing so much great stuff at such a young age. He was the workhorse of the Freebirds because Michael couldn't pull it and Buddy was there to get beat. So it was all Terry. Then he goes to Japan and just becomes even better over there. Put him with Steve Williams, and you've got the Miracle Violence combination. Like you said, it's just
a
bar
shame
none.
It's a shame how his career ended.
Yes, it is
that
quite
coma.
a tragedy. The coma you go for a coke binge over a weekend and go driving, and guess what? That shit tends to catch up. And Steve Williams with the cancer. That happened in his life too. So tragic end to the team, but at this time, none better.
Could you imagine if in a multiverse scenario we had a tag match between the Miracle Violence Connection versus the Brainbusters?
Ooh.
That would have been that would have been stiff, and it would have been amazing.
Them versus any freaking team during that 80s WWF NWA run.
Oh yeah.
Road Warriors, Demolition
Hearts Foundation,
Bulldogs,
Rougeos, Rockers.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah,
and even some teams afterwards, Dudley's, Edge and Christian. Countless. But then we get
you could do like how about Samoa Joe and CM Punk, Ring of Honor era against those. You imagine the promos that Punk would be cutting on Gordy and Williams.
Oh God! Or for Styles contrast, no pun intended, AJ and Daniels versus Williams and Gordy.
Yes, but I just thought of this: Williams and Gordy against the Briscoe brothers.
Ooh.
Oh, I just got chills on that one. That's a fucking dream match right there. But it could ever happen. Wow.
But then we get to the finish with this. Gordy pushes Steamboat off the top rope and into Dr. Death's arms. Smash back first into the turnbuckle and into a spine buster for the 1-2-3 as the Miracle Violence Connection defeat Nikita Koloff and Ricky Steamboat in 21 minutes 39 seconds. Longest match of the night.
Yep.
Match number 5, we get the final semifinal match of the tournament. We have Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes versus Hiroshi Hase and Shinya Hashimoto. Is it just me? Better than the Freebirds, but still not that great.
Much.
Not by much. It was okay at best, but nothing.
The crowd's not into the Japanese talent at this time. It's 92. It's Georgia, so it's not the right time or place for that.
Who are these people?
Yeah, they don't know the history. They don't know Hase. They don't know Hashimoto. And
don't you know who these people are?
And you call yourself fans? How dare you?
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but don't you know that the greatest tag team in the history of Japanese wrestling? Actually, they're a better tag team than Gordy and Williams are. Yeah.
That's what you kids get when you stream. You don't get the real experience.
And now the entire wrestling fandom is that.
That's it. We're calling that every freaking show now. So get used to that coming out every time. We need that more often.
Yep.
I never realized how much I needed that till right now. That was great.
But yeah, match was okay, but again, just I bet you, like, when it comes to Japanese town, if they would have had Muda and Liger team up, I think the crowd would have been more into it.
Muda, period, with anybody, because they knew who Muda was.
Yeah, they don't know these guys.
And like you said,
depression of the business is happening. This doesn't get a lot of buys. Ratings are in the toilet. It's bad.
And also, this is right at the start of both Hase and Hashimoto's big pushes in New Japan.
Right.
So they're just
it's
starting to get
for
up
them.
there. But broken record again, the finish. Dustin leapfrogs over Hase and eats a clothesline from Windham for the win as Barry Windham and Dustin
Who
Rhodes.
booked this shit?
Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes defeat Hiroshi Hase and Shinya Hashimoto in 14 minutes, 55 seconds. Now to match number 6, the penultimate match of the night, and the first of 2 championship matches of the night. This one for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Champion Sting versus challenger Big Van Vader with Harley Race. And as we say whenever we talk about these two together, magic always happens in
Name
some
a bad
fashion.
match these two had.
Exactly.
Don't know one.
There was something there with these two.
Yeah, they just clicked so well together.
And even funny enough, I was watching the Table for 3 episode with Sting, Vader, and DDP, and they were talking about like how Vader, he dominated Japan, and Sting's like, but I tamed you when you came to the States. And Vader's like, yeah, you were the toughest pretty boy I've ever been in the ring with.
man. You were great, man.
Yeah, you were great. You were the toughest pretty boy ever. And Sting's like, oh, stop.
Oh, stop.
Like, come on. So, but yeah, and this was the start of this feud that would go on and off for the next 2 years.
This was the start of Vader full-time in WCW, because the prior 2 years he had been in and out here and there, back and forth between Japan and WCW, but here he was full-time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they had to make it worth his while, so, in the package is going to go a title. But hell, probably nobody thought at the time what they were going to have with these two working together. It just
and
worked so
also, and also, side note, during the match, you would get shots of Ron Simmons watching the match, because this was right when Ron was becoming a big household name at the time.
And a month later, he would be the champion.
And beat Vader.
Which is one of those things where you put the belt on Vader to have him lose a month later.
Yeah, they could have waited it out to put the belt on.
But again, it's one of those history moments.
Yeah. I'd say if they probably would have waited till probably Halloween Havoc to put the belt on Simmons, I think that would have been better. At least for build up and story and such.
Build the monster a little bit stronger than just take him out in a month.
And also at the same time keep building Ron Ron up too.
Right. Yeah,
and could you imagine And could you imagine had Rude not gotten hurt near the end of the year, we could have gotten Rude versus Simmons, and Rude beat Simmons for the belt?
That was the plan. The plan was Rude versus Simmons at Starrcade.
Mm-hmm. And then injury.
And
Sting Vader, fucking outstanding match. And it wasn't like a super vicious match. Vader doing his shtick and Sting doing his shtick at this point, but it worked brilliantly. Then we get towards the end, then we get to the finish here. Sting goes for the Stinger Splash with Vader's hunched over, and Sting jumps over too high, head first into the hook for the turnbuckle. And then we get color in this match, and I love the storytelling here afterwards. Sting, from the blood loss, he's trying to hit Vader, everything he's got, missing punches, 2 weak falls. And then Vader, powerbomb, 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Big Van Vader defeats Sting in 17 minutes, 17 seconds to become the new WCW
at the
World
time, some might have considered that an upset.
Yeah. I could see that,
because of how big of a star Sting was at this point.
But absolutely.
And how, Vader wasn't full-time and stuff. Yeah, Vader was building up a name, but he wasn't... He was still a part-time guy here in America.
Yeah, he hadn't fully been established yet, but
this win did it.
Exactly. He's like, no, he's here to stay. And a brilliant damn finish because it was so simple. It's the easiest freaking thing. It would happen. It would
nowadays you would get 20 more kickouts and it would go 20 more minutes.
Exactly, and just be ridiculous. Just like you said, and it takes a long time. They drag it out. It's not like bang, grab him, hook back, pop. No, they drag this fucker out to make it look like it's real. Because the way he sells that after Sting hits his head on the turnbuckle there, boom, and he just
dangling there. Yeah.
Oh, but that's like legit. Like you think he's actually out, and he does such a good job selling it. And like you said, miss, and fuck Vader, hook him up. Yeah, boom, hard stack. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just dominant right there. It's like got him
Remember
over.
when the Marks were in the crowd?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, what a time that was.
That's none of my business.
Yeah, that's none of my business.
We're not here to judge. Are we?
Main event.
Now match number 7. It's time for the main event, and it's the finals and the second championship match of the night for the NWA World Tag Team Championships. It's Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes versus the Miracle Violence Connection. This match, good, but again, nothing fantastic. And after the last match, it kind of did.
We had already seen all these tag matches. We need to see one more.
That's the problem too. Is like American psychology of tag matches is the same every time. So you already did it 4 times in a row, 5 times in a row. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Then you got a singles match, and then you get it again.
Yeah.
So it's like the energy of the show just. It's a slow slope. It does not do. It doesn't really do that, in my opinion. It just kind of like maybe teeters off a little bit.
For Sting and Vader, yeah.
Yeah, we done yet?
Right.
I think
Come on, Martha, we got to get the kids home. We're going to school in the morning. Let's get out of here.
Ding! It's July.
Summer school.
Yeah, summer school, yeah. But then we get to...
I got an answer for everything.
But then we get to the finish, and broken record again.
Yeah.
Dr. Death. So Dr. Death shoves Dustin into Windham on the apron. We get another clothesline, but the best clothesline of the whole night, with how Dustin sells it. And 1, 2, 3, the Miracle Violence Connection defeat Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes in 21 minutes 10 seconds to become the NWA World Tag Team Champions, adding that to the WCW World Tag Team Championships. And weren't they IWGP Tag Champions at this point too?
Where's Walter?
Steiner's were. Steiner's were.
Oh, Steiner's.
It's like, where's Walter?
I know that's where you Walter for this. Now.
I know.
No, they reference it in the show. Steiner's were the IWGP Tag Champions.
But this began the run of the unified World Tag Team titles.
Right.
Yeah. So overall, Great American Bash 92.
Better than 91.
That's true.
Yeah, better than 91. Better than 91, but overall, this was
it's a glorified Clash.
Yeah,
in all honesty.
Basically, it was Clash of the Champions Part 2. It's like, if you want the full Clash, you gotta pay money to see this.
Yeah.
And you also get Vader versus Sting.
Right.
Yeah, so not a bad show, not a great show. It's an okay show.
It's a show.
It's a show.
Yeah, it's an okay show. Really, the only matches worth going back to watch are both the Koloff Steamboat tag matches and Sting Vader. Everything else, you could just honestly skip and you wouldn't really miss it. So would I recommend you check out the show? Yeah, just so you can say you've seen it once.
Check it out. If you're a fan of tag team wrestling, you want to see what it was like at that time, check it out.
And before we get to favorite, least favorite, sleeper, and shocker, I think this show could have benefited had they not done the quarterfinals on this show and you only do just the semis and the finals. Have Rude defend the U.S. title against, like, Windham or something like that, and have, like, Austin and Dustin for the TV title.
You could have just done the finals and something else.
And a bunch of other stuff, and it would have added to this show, in all honesty. But we got what we got. So now on to favorite, least favorite, sleeper, and shocker. Favorite, no-brainer, Sting Vader, because it was a fantastic match. Least favorite, I think we can all agree it's Freebirds versus Hashimoto.
Yeah, not good, yeah.
Sleeper, honestly, take your pick. Take your pick with Koloff and Steamboat against
take the opener.
Team.
I'll pick the opener.
I'll go with the opener.
And
shocker.
Shocker is Randy Pee Wee Moore selling. That motherfucker is all over the place. He does at one point in one match, I can't remember, he does a full fucking run around the freaking ring, trying to get out of the way. He does a full lap to pick that up there. He does that, and then there's one spot where he drops to his ass and does one of these things. I'm like, what is he doing? He's trying to like save the show.
I guess.
Or the
So that's my
shocker.
shocker.
Or the shockers, the fact that they booked the Freebirds against Hashimoto and Hase.
Right, yeah. That too.
And then of course, and as I said with Broken Record, too many clothesline finishes, damn it. Way too many.
Wait, where's a small package?
I know.
Where's a roll-up? Where's something that's not a clothesline? Thankfully, the final clothesline was the best one, but still, 3 clothesline finishes out of 7 matches.
Damn you, D-Lo.
But now... Oh. Focus.
Push Job Endeavor.
Yes.
You got one?
Job Endeavor, I got one for you. Probably won't be too difficult, but let's go with Dr. Death Steve Williams, Nikita Koloff, and Rick Rude.
Oh, God.
This time.
At this time? Well, you gotta push Rude. At this point in time, you gotta push Rude, because he's becoming a red-hot heel. Well, he has been a red-hot heel since he came over. And eventually he's gonna keep this U.S. title run, and then you're gonna eventually
job Nikita, and you endeavor Dr. Death.
So you can go to Japan.
So you can go to Japan. Yeah, I think that's
because you're not jobbing Dr. Death.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, can't do that.
No, you are not. So
because he will tell you no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I won't go, damn it. I'm going to McDonald's and get myself some chicken nuggets. They're made out of jackass.
Okay, Terry. Terry, I didn't know Terry Funk was on this show.
Who's Terry? I'm not doing Terry. It's just me with my bad voice right now. That's all I'm doing. Stop that. What? What are you talking about? God damn. I'm just actually doing Jim Cornette trying to do funk, motherfucker. I'm multifaceted. That's a big word for me because I'm from Kentucky.
Okay. What would Jim Cornette think of this show?
God damn, greatest wrestling fucking show of all time! Love all the tag matches! Bill Watts! Love Bill Watts!
Oh,
not kidding, that's what he would have said.
Yeah.
But it was WCW, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got to work with Bill, but they did that kind of like the deal with Smoky Mountain. And that was one of the last deals that Bill signed. So
that was the last deal he signed.
That was the last one? Okay.
Because legit right after he signed it, Bill was fired.
Oh, okay. That's the only way Jimmy got the money. So,
but now, time for This Week in Wrestling. So,
I don't think really
not really a whole lot happened. Well, Ricky...
War Games, I Blood and Guts. I'm sorry, that happened.
Well, Forbidden Door first.
Yeah, Forbidden
Door.
Claudio. Yeah. People saw it coming
it's
there.
It's great to see. It's great to see him back on national television.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. But now
Moxley's
it's like
the interim champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which we all saw.
An overbooked card. That
FTR. The great thing, FTR wins all the belts.
Right. That's the best.
And they're the best team in the world right now.
Mm-hmm. But the rest of the show was kind of good. I didn't hear anything bad about the show.
No, it was a good overall card.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, of course, with Claudio over there now, it's like
him and Eddie Kingston's the match that they're building to, because at some point Kingston's going to snap.
Yeah.
And it's going to be him and Claudio, and probably All Out.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, it's like now that I'm trying to remember what was the saying that I saw about Claudio going over to AEW. It's like I can't help but feel like after a while he's just gonna fall into that same rabbit hole as most of the other guys.
I'm scared of that too.
Over.
Well, like big huge flash for the debut. And then fizzled out.
But see, like, okay, now with the All Atlantic belts, I could see him and Pac at some point for that.
Yeah,
And then Claudio can just have that and defend it. Kind of be like the TV title.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the All Atlantic title's worthless in my opinion. Not worthless, I should say, useless in my opinion. But just another fucking title to get somebody over who's not. So, does he need it?
But then,
it's like if anything, fucking shoot him right into the main picture and start putting him against Moxley. Don't waste time. Don't waste fucking time.
Depending how long Punk is out, I think when they go back to Arthur Ashe Stadium, if Punk's not back yet, they're going to do Kingston and Moxley for the interim belt and have Kingston win the belt in New York. Because that's going to get a fucking pop.
Yeah, that'll be ridiculous. But yeah, if they got Claudio, don't waste your fucking time with him. Just fucking push the shit out of him.
Push the shit out of him, give him the fucking belt.
That's what everybody was bitching about in WWE. Put him in the main event. They did.
They had him in the main event in a great match with Roman.
Otherwise, he's a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just fucking don't waste time with this guy. Because he's gonna fizzle out like every one of them does.
But see, the thing of it is, I don't think you can really do Claudio versus Moxley right now because he's part of that group officially.
That's another mistake they made.
Yeah,
is putting him in that fucking group. Why does everybody have to go in a fucking group when they show up? These fucking factions. It's just ridiculous.
It makes sort of sense because of the Regal connection and stuff. So I guess it makes sense.
It makes sense, I guess, but it's like that instantly takes the focus away from him. He's just another guy in a group. So it's just shit like that annoys me. So, it's not right or wrong, it's their company, not mine. But it's just like it's like you got the guy, fucking go with it. You heard the fucking ovation he got. You heard the goddamn pop. Don't waste that.
Then we had Blood and Guts on Wednesday, which good overall match. I thought it was better than last year's. Stop doing it on TV.
Yeah.
Because
if you're gonna do it on fucking
for the live audience, it's a good experience if you're there. But at home, it's the constant picture in picture, and that kind of kills the flow of it. And this is a problem with WWE as well. They fuck it up with their War Games too. It's too goddamn long. 58 minutes. It's like WWE War Games are like 40-something minutes as well. Cut that shit in half. You look at War Games in the past, they're no more than 25 minutes.
Because once everybody got in the ring, they took it home.
Like it was
time to end it.
Because from Bell to Match Beyond, it was about, 19, 20 minutes? And then 3 or 5 minutes later, it's over.
Yeah.
Because by that point, whoever starts the match, in theory, should be worn the fuck out.
Yep.
But now it's like 20 minutes in or whatever, and then you go an extra half hour. It's like, still a good match, but you cut that shit in half and do it on pay-per-view.
Yeah, try to make some money with it instead of giving it away.
Yeah.
It's just one of the litany of issues that we have with this company, at least I have with the company, that, it's like good wrestling, great talent. It's not focusing them. It's not giving them the right platform. You're just squandering them, and you're not taking care of them.
We got the John Cena 20th anniversary Monday night.
Yeah, we did too.
Ricky was there.
Yes, Ricky was there, live in living color, baby. Got to see it happen.
And to everybody who thinks WWE and AEW hate each other, look at some of the tribute videos.
Big Show
from
Jericho,
Brian and Big Show and Jarrett. Yeah.
Yeah. So much for Forbidden Door.
The one surprising one that we didn't get a video is Edge.
But that's of course, selling the injury, that's understandable.
Boy, there was probably a text message like, hey, remember that time in Toronto that you almost killed me? Thanks for the memories, XOXO Adam.
Old hat. But John's still looking good. He slimmed down. Doesn't need to be as jacked as he used to be, but coming out there and as sincere as you can be with the freaking run that guy has had for 20 years. Absolutely ridiculous. And Levi is looking at something that he can't stop selling.
He's looking more and more like Jim Varney. Oh
Jim
my
Varney,
God!
Yes, he is. Hey, Vern.
If he could do the voice, cast him to play Ernest in modern times. Because he looks exactly like fucking Jim Varney now. It's ridiculous.
And he'd probably pull the role off.
He probably could.
He probably could, yeah.
He probably could. You know what I compare this to with Cena looking like Jim Varney now? When I see Sebastian Stan from the Marvel movies, I can't help but think he looks like young Mark Hamill. They're identical.
He does.
God.
He does look like young Mark Hamill. Yeah. It's scary.
I mean, you put a side by side of young Mark Hamill and Sebastian Stan. It's like this defies science. It's like Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers and Will.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yes.
Like how the fuck does this happen?
Everyone's got a doppelganger out there. Everyone does.
But of course, the big thing coming out with the Cena stuff was starting a build up with he and Austin Theory. Which looks like we might probably get that SummerSlam, which that should be a really good match.
Yep.
You know how funny it is that now everyone wants 45-year-old Cena to go over Theory?
Yeah, how funny is that?
Yeah.
It's like after all the years of fuck Cena and he shouldn't go over, now everyone wants him to go over the 25-year-old.
Oh, if they put Theory over on Cena, it's stupid. They don't know what they're doing.
It's like Fandango going over Jericho.
WrestleMania.
But it's like Theory is one of those future guys.
Yep.
They're putting a lot of investment in him and down in NXT, Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. Who all saw the picture of those two together. I think Carmelo Hayes posted it on Twitter and put like generational. And it's those two with the belts.
Yeah.
It's like those two, Theory, and there's a few others that are like, these are your future guys in their early 20s, mid-20s, that still got 15 years.
Yep. 10, 15 years ago when Seth and Moxley and Roman were all getting started, this is those guys' times now. So 5 years from now, they're going to be on the main roster doing incredible things.
And also, apparently, Solo Sikoa, Uso's brother, he's about ready to be brought up to the bloodline.
Yep, he's ready to come up there, too.
That's going to be interesting.
Yep. He's another one of those guys who is a part of this generational next run guys.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy the next few years. I guess the word came out officially that Sasha Banks did get her release as of June 10th. She was released from the company so.
But apparently they're trying to smooth things over as well.
Still trying to. By now, that ship has sailed. Yeah. The story is dead. Nobody cares anymore. So in the grand scheme of things, they don't. Because so much shit happened after that happened. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, does she still work there? No, all right,
whatever.
Yeah, she can
just go on. She can go on to Hollywood, and it's okay.
Ooh, but she's going to AEW and winning all the belts and the matches.
Let's be honest. If she went over to AEW, if they didn't put the belts on her, that'd be wasting her time. They'd
be stupid. She would be one of the highest paid wrestlers. She would have to be one of the highest paid wrestlers.
Yeah.
And then several of their female wrestlers that they have will want to leave.
Exactly.
Or you either give me the same amount because I've been here.
Which they're not going to get. Ask MJF.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But speaking of AEW, Santana got hurt in Blood and Guts.
Another one getting hurt.
And apparently, that might have been his last match in the company. Because his contract is up. Him and Ortiz, there might be some friction between the two of them. And he was thinking about starting to do solo indie dates after his contract is up. But he's hurt now, so that's probably the end of Proud and Powerful as a team, which it's a shame they never got the belts there. Because they were such a good team when they were LAX and Impact. Yeah. They were so damn good. Then they came in with a lot of hype. And they never got the belts.
Got anything out of it.
But I was going to say, speaking of MJF, I never knew this happened, but I sometimes watch Grimm's Toy Show on YouTube, and I never knew MJF actually did stuff with him in 2016. Like for Grimm's GTS wrestling show on YouTube. Like he literally got in the ring and started choking out Grimm and cut a good promo.
Really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know that either till like yesterday or the day before. I was just scrolling through my YouTube feed and I saw on Grimm's channel MJF debuts in GTS, and it was an old video from 2016, back when GTS was at its best. And Grimm's funny, and I know he's done a lot of indie work and is good friends with Brian Myers. I mean,
He's
hell,
a mark.
trained with Brian Myers. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I think he's funny, but that's neither here nor there. But there was something else I was going to bring up, and now I forgot. Oh, yeah, well,
that's another thing. The MJF thing, that's kind of gone ice cold.
Yep.
And
Sadly,
nobody know. And the more I think about it, unless we hear anything soon, he might be sitting out a year and a half.
Might be. And that's the 24-hour news cycle we live in, not just in the regular world, but in wrestling world. Sasha and Naomi have gone home. MJF had a huge promo.
The Vince investigation.
Vince investigation.
Everybody is injured. Well, nobody told me not to curse the entire roster. Very nice, very evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like nobody cares.
But going back...
And then gone.
But real quick, going back to the Sasha's thing with Sasha, now the interesting thing is what's going to happen with Naomi now.
Yeah,
that's honestly the more interesting thing is what's Naomi going to do, or what are they going to do? With her?
I've said on here before.
Another thing, Jeff Hardy, that happened, and he pleads not guilty, even though he was caught in 4K.
Of course, he has to. Then he'll plead out. But yeah, that happens. And but getting back to Naomi, I said before from what I had seen that Naomi was kind of getting the reputation that she was just kind of following the lead there. And I'm guessing, I have no insight on this, but I'm guessing Naomi and Vince have talked. And he's like, I can't just bring you right back because we got to figure out what's going on with Mercedes. So, but you have your husband's here, your brother-in-law's here, your cousin's here, your family's here. We're going to bring you back. It's just going to take a little time. So enjoy being home for a while with the kids.
Yeah. But there was something else that happened this week, and I can't for the life of me remember it now. But there was something else that happened this week, and it's just not clicking for me. I got. Where's my thinking cap? Oh wait, I don't have one because I never think.
Something. Boobs.
Words. It says load.
That one is also sexual.
Lord. Yeah. Well, very final predictions for tomorrow night with Money in the Bank.
So yeah, let's see what's on the card.
Let's go, since it's happening literally tomorrow night, only 6 matches advertised. So we got Bianca, which, Bianca, Carmella, Bianca.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Theory and Lashley for the U.S. title. I say Theory wins because of some shenanigans with Omos and
it'll be some non-finish or something.
Or that too.
Yeah.
Usos Street Profits. That should be a really good match, but I say Usos keep the
the run going.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ronda, Natalia, Ronda.
Yeah, but I hope that doesn't go long. I can't see it going very long.
Nah. Then to the women's Money in the Bank match: Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Shotzi, and Becky. I was gonna say Becky or Liv. I'm going more towards
Becky to do, and she'll do the quote honorable thing, and I'm cashing in, and I'm telling you when I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean that is the good storytelling for her to get over on Bianca, so that makes sense. I think Liv is becoming the female Daniel Bryan right now because she's the one everybody wants to get behind for being the workhorse that she is.
For now,
doing awesome for now. Yeah, that does fizzle out. But right now, that's what she's got. She's got that momentum going. So I don't know if that parlays into her grabbing it, but she's going to be, I think, the darling of this match.
Or Charlotte just comes back and wins.
Yeah, or
she Brock Lesnar's it.
Or Sasha does that, or Naomi, or something like that too. We speculated that before. I think the big X factor would be Raquel getting it, because she was brought up pretty fast and getting pushed right away, so it would make sense, but might be too soon.
Yeah,
we shall see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or an out of nowhere one that it's like, we haven't even thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lacey or Shotzi. Mm-hmm. Those are really the two that would be the real out of nowhere winners.
Big surprises,
Shotzi for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, Shotzi for
it's like,
damn
wait. Yeah. Okay, this is it's somebody new. Let's run with it.
Kind of like Sandow in 2013. That was an out of nowhere moment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then they decided to unify the belts, and more or less like,
you're
losing the briefcase because we're unifying the belts.
The only way they could have put the belt on Sandow with the unification on the way is if they would have hot potatoed it, but that didn't work out well for Ziggler, so it's like, why even bother trying it? So, yeah. And then for the men's, we got 6 confirmed. Rollins, Drew, Sheamus, Omos, Sammy, and Riddle. Then there's a bunch of ors versus Corbin, or The Miz, or Madcap, or Ezekiel. I say they just put Miz. I say, because I guess with SmackDown going on right now, I guess they're doing the final qualifiers, and I'm going to say Miz and Ezekiel gets in. Honestly,
I guess, yeah.
Because I could see, perhaps during, Corbin's match, Pat McAfee doing something that screws Corbin out.
Gets him out of it, could do that.
And then, whatever, Miz cheats to beat Madcap Moss or something like that.
A lot of speculation is Seth's going to get it because of what happened with Cody, and we postulated that as well. The storyline that we had to going into
cashes in on Brock and Roman, wins the belt, and then Cody comes back, wins Rumble, beats Rollins for the belt at Mania.
At WrestleMania,
which whole thing too. Perfect story right there.
Yeah, it's the predictable story, but predictable isn't always bad.
This is a case of it being the perfect call. There are times, where predictability
with the work that Seth has put in over the last year, it's like it's time to give him another run.
Mm-hmm. Especially with how his last run with the belt ended.
In disaster, it's like, you know what? You survived after that shit. If you can survive that, you've earned this.
And he hasn't been world champion since then. 3 years.
And plus it gets out of having to pin either Brock or Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's like if his last title run hadn't ended so bad, we wouldn't have the Seth we have now.
Because which goes back to that classic fan theory everybody had, that every time the Fiend encounters a babyface, they turn heel. Well, except for 2. Brian, when you look at it from the storyline, Brian was just too resilient to turn bad. Meanwhile,
Brian was a heel who turned babyface.
Well, he'd already
was heel.
He was already face before that.
He was tweener still.
But still, he was pretty much going babyface before the Fiend feud. But yeah, you could look at it Brian was just too resilient to go bad. And then Goldberg, on the other hand, well, after too many headbutts in the head, it doesn't leave you with much of a brain to wash.
Yeah, right.
So they were the only 2 that didn't change. Rollins turned, Miz turned, Orton turned,
Roman turned. After the run in on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
He touched him.
Yeah.
I'd say
it came off him.
Balor
he got Fiend juice on him.
Balor turned.
Balor went to NXT and turned heel.
Yep, that happened.
But I would say Roman, he pretty much did that all on his own.
Hey, he touched him. He touched the Fiend.
touched him in a bad way.
Braun turned.
That one is...
And that one
turned,
was
yep.
stupid.
Mm-hmm. Orton became babyface.
Yeah, Orton.
Orton became babyface. So,
Out of nowhere. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Aha!
Ah! That one is also...
No, it's not.
Look at that. Oh my god! Oh yeah!
There's no kids in here, right? No. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, you want to have unprotected sex?
Who else but Quagmire?
What is all this talk about?
Now I finally remembered the other thing that happened, and I guess you can't blame me for forgetting about it because I don't care for this guy, but Logan Paul signing a
Logan
contract.
Paul got signed, yes.
Hey, he gets the proper reaction, and he fucking had a great Mania match, so...
He had a better Mania match than half the guys in AEW have had, and they're freaking...
Yeah.
So people can hate him, but guess what? It's his job.
Mm-hmm.
He's a heel. He's a better heel than 90% of wrestling.
He understands the work.
Yeah.
So it's like, people just shut up.
Yeah. Because you're going to see it, you're going to like it, and you're going to hate yourself for it.
Yeah. I mean, even for a guy...
Why am I liking this? Because it's good.
It's like, despite how I don't like him because of the dickhead he was before all this on YouTube.
He's still a dickhead, we understand that, but hey.
Yeah.
He's a dickhead who can do his job properly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, despite how much I don't like the guy as a person, he's athletic and he puts in the work. And if people think I'm lying... Watch Mania. He fucking worked his ass off.
Watch the interview he did after Mania where he's like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. Those who think this is fake, bull fucking shit.
Yep.
That ring is harder than what you think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So obviously, now that he's signed, really the first program you got with him out of the way is Miz to pay off what
That'll be
happened
SummerSlam. That'll be
the SummerSlam match. And that probably will be a good match considering the athleticism of Logan. So they should have a
But
good
he'll
match.
be the baby face.
That's going to be the scary part.
Yeah.
But see, if he can get the crowd to cheer for him, then...
He's going to take a hell of an ass whooping. He's going to take a hell of an ass whooping, and the crowd's going to fucking get behind him. Logan. Because there's enough haters out there.
Logan.
Okay. Yo. After the announcement came out about Vince, what happened? Came out on SmackDown, and the fucking crowd popped like crazy and was singing his song.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They just don't fucking care anymore. Logan Paul's going to walk out there and they go, okay, yeah, you're not that bad. All right, cool. We fucking hate Miz. We love his wife, but we hate him. So yeah.
We love Mrs. Miz.
Oh yes, we love a lot of Mrs. Miz.
Not Mr.
We love
Miz.
more of Mrs. Miz.
We want a lot more Maurice.
Yes, please.
Like, and by a lot more, I mean like 3 hours of just the camera on her.
On her, yes.
On her. Just don't talk. Don't.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were awake. I didn't mean to wake you up.
Holy balls.
Uh-huh.
To quote Mean Gene. I swear to God, wow, terrible voice crack there. I was going to say, after I watched...
Hey guys, you want to play baseball?
Excuse me, I'm going to go masturbate. But as I was going to say, after watching fucking Legends House and constantly hearing Mean Gene say holy balls, I've been saying it ever fucking since. And that was 8 years ago. Mean Gene, I love you, but you infected me.
Yep.
Speaking of network stuff, the new Table for Three came out today. BSK.
BSK, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to watch that after this.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to watch that after this. And I've been watching a bunch of, like, Broken Skull sessions, either some back and some I hadn't watched yet. Like, the big one I hadn't watched yet until today at work was DDP. Damn good episode.
Really good. Really good.
And of course, hearing the story he told about like after he worked Macho Man in WCW and how he left that message for him about like, hey, you have no idea how appreciative I am that you would help me out. And then I love how he built the story up like, hey, Dearless, come over here. I heard your message. You know how many times I got a message from my father like that? None. That meant the world to me.
He played the message to his dad and asked him, "Did you ever get anything like this?" Never.
Yeah.
And I mean, Diamond Dallas Page owes his entire career to Dusty Rhodes and Macho Man Randy Savage.
Jake Roberts.
Yeah, those three.
And the fourth, Paul Heyman. Because of like circumstance and also Paul kind of helping him out too here and there.
But when you really think about it,
Dusty,
Jake and Randy. Because
yeah.
Randy was the first guy to be like, I'm going to take the diamond cutter.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Dusty booked him. Jake mentored him. Macho made him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And the three pillars of his career.
There you go.
Yeah. And he tells the same great story as he told on Storytime about Jake living with him. A few months later, Jake, big problems. Big problems. I lost the snake. Yeah,
and also the story of the cookies.
Oh, yes.
That was told on McFoley.
That's right. That's right.
The fucking cookies. Yeah, we got big problems, bro. Big problems. I lost the snake.
Snake's gone.
Yeah, right. No, dude, I'm serious. I lost the fucking snake. Wait, what do you mean you lost the snake? You can't say that. Well, where was it? Tiny bathroom, hits the vanity. Cobra. He'll come out. Wait, what do you mean he'll come out? Dude,
I'll be back. You take care of him.
Snake out of here. You don't understand. No, you gotta trust me. I'm gonna go away for a little while and he'll probably get bored under there, go back into the tub again, and in the morning I'll come and get him out. Well, I got cats, so pillows. And then Kim, Paige, why are there pillows in front? Don't you dare tell me that fucking snake's in there. It's okay. What do you mean it's okay? Well, where is it? It's under the vanity. You get that snake out of here. Don't you realize they don't put sheetrock all the way down? The snake could go up into the walls. It's not going to do that. And I love in the Storytime version of the story, it's like, in Thought Bubble, oh my God, the snake could go up in the wall. Bunch of eggs. And then the animal corraler, is he devenomized? I don't know.
No.
And it's like, you'd think it is, but it's Jake.
Yes.
Don't bet on it. Mm-hmm. And then give him back 3 days later. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to find somewhere else to live.
There's about 1 million. There's 1.5 million stories of Jake and snakes and something going wrong.
Like probably my personal favorite one was the one time it got into the crowd, and Vince even told him in a meeting, like, if that snake ever goes into the crowd, don't ever call me again. There'll be big problems. Damn it!
And of course, the one time he left a snake in the trunk of a car and it was freezing in the middle of winter and it froze to death.
Yeah. My favorite is Steamboat told the story where Jake would take this Damien, put it in the shower. And the snake loved warm water, so he just let it run. And all of a sudden, the snake was like climbing up the wall, and it was hitting the dial for the hot water. And as it moved the hot water hotter. Oh my God! And it is scalding in there, and everyone's in the locker room. Everyone's in the locker room right down the hall from the shower, and all of a sudden you hear this boom, 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 boom.
Just
the snake is trying to get out of the freaking shower. It is banging its body against the shower to get out. Eventually the door flies open. That snake comes piling through the freaking locker room, and you never saw 20 guys jump in the air higher and faster in your life. Because that snake went barreling through there, because it's on fire. It's like burning up, and it's like, get the fuck out of here. It just races through there, and everyone jumps. Jake gets over with the bag, and he'd calm it down, and he'd pet it and try to relax it. And then he got back to the shower, turned the cold water on, let it sit in there, and relaxed it, and got it back down. But that image of that. Oh, the other fun one too was Kamala. Kamala's sitting in front of he's got the briefcase. And when he opened the briefcase, he had a mirror to put his makeup on. So Kamala's there, and he doesn't know Jake's in the room. Jake's in the locker room too. And Jake's got Damian out. And there's Kamala putting on his paint. And there's Kamala looking in the mirror. And all of a sudden, Kamala sees a little head come right between him and the mirror of Damian. Get the! You ever seen a big man float? He like a jumped and hovered, as Jake calls it. When that snake came in that shot, get the suitcase went flying and Kamala's jumped. Oh my god, it's hilarious stories.
Or my other favorite one, also from story time, Jake would love fooling people with the snake, and then one day referee had a birthday. Oh, it's your birthday. We ought to do something special for you. I'm going to help you get over your fear of snakes. Macho Man grabs the ref, is holding him back. No! Get it away! Oh my god, it bit me! What? I just got him right here. Oh, he bit me in the eye. I haven't even gone near you. And he takes his hand down, 2 fang marks underneath his eye and on his cheek. And he's like, oh, holy shit. Oh, shit. Snake struck so fast you couldn't even see it. And then the referee's crying, crawls away, and then Savage is like, Snake Man, I don't think that was a very good idea. It was all your idea, Savage. And everybody's like, Jake, you're an asshole, you let that happen. And then like an hour later, he's like, I need to go apologize to him. And then he's asking around, hey, has anybody seen so-and-so? Yeah, he's over there. Hey, listen. No, please, Jake, I want to apologize. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I did not mean to mess the snake's psyche up. What? And apparently Savage told him, now that you let that snake bite you, Vince is gonna have to hire a new snake to get trained because you messed his psyche up. And then Jake's like, as soon as he heard I didn't mean to mess the snake's psyche up, he just started rolling on the ground laughing. Because what did he think? What, because of that Vince would have to hire somebody to train another snake to not go after people? And yet this was all happened because of Jake and Savage, and yet the referee is apologizing to Jake, begging him to not get fired. Mm-hmm. Good work, Randy. And I love how he says it right after he hears it. He's like, what? Because it's like, really, like, that's not irrational to say that, because it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Jeez. I could listen to Jake's stories all day for the rest of my life.
I've told this story before, but god damn it, bears repeating. This is a good friend of mine, Steve, a.k.a. JP Black, one of my closest friends in the business, man, I love so dearly. Moved back down to his home state of Texas, was working down there, and Jake was on a show, and Steve knew my adoration for Jake, because I copied so much from him when I wrestled and I did promos. Steve was in the locker room, and Jake's bag is right next to his. And Jake opens up that bag. First thing Jake pulls out, big black dildo. And Jake is like, what the fuck is that? Jake's like, what? What the fuck you got in the bag for? What? It's mine. Why do you have that? It's for us old guys. Stick it up our ass and tickle our prostate so we can get a hard on. What? And so JP's trying to process what he just heard Jake say. Then Jake pulled out the crack pipe. What the fuck is this? Jake's like, what? I'm going to go out for a toke. Watch my back. I'll be right back. What the? So my friend was deputized to watch Jake's bag while he went out and took a toke of crack. With a big black dildo in his bag to tickle his prostate later on so he can get a hard on.
Oh my God.
Think about that and try to sleep tonight. You're welcome.
Boobs. Big boobs.
Big boobs. Words. Nuns playing baseball.
Nuns.
Nuns have no fun.
Aha.
That is also sexual.
So is a black dildo up your ass. So. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if you gotta do what you gotta do to get it up, then go for it.
Now Levi's got to watch a lot of porn.
More than I already do.
I don't think that's possible.
It's not possible. Like, oh God, speaking of something like that.
Oh God. Whoa.
Hold on. So, for those who didn't watch TNA back in 2010, late 2010, they did like a week of Family Feud where you had the ladies. You had Velvet Sky.
TNA Wrestling. Okay.
Yeah.
TNA
Tara, Chrissy Hemme, and Lacey Von Erich up against Mick Foley, Matt Morgan, Anderson, Jay Lethal, and RVD. And during one episode, Foley and Jay Lethal are doing the fast money. One question was, how many adult films have you seen? And Mick Foley's like, 3. Got some points out of it, and then Jay's like 18, and Steve Harvey's as like they're looking at the board. So we asked you how many adult movies have you seen? Jay went ahead and put this one over the wall. You said 18. Not the answer you want on the Family Feud. And Jay's like, you guys asked it. I know. Survey says, Number one answer, none. And I'm thinking, there are a bunch of liars out there.
Totally, you think?
Lies.
And let's be honest. If I were on there, oh God, I'd probably say
Don't have a number big enough.
5,220,490.1.
0.2, 0.3, 0.4,
0.5. And then
as the show is going.
And they'd be like, and Steve Harvey would have the biggest jaw drop ever, like,
what the fuck? Can we just not censor that? What the fuck?
And I bet you...
ever seen...
Yeah, like fucking, probably the funniest one was, we asked 100 men, name a part of your body that's bigger than it was when you were 16. Your penis. And he goes down to one knee and he's like, I gave the medical terminology. I don't care what you say. You could have said ding-a-ling, winky, any damn thing. What the hell? It's just not going to sound right. The medical term is almost worse.
I love watching those videos of him just like cracking up or just freezing.
It's like a slang term. A slang term like ding-a-ling would have been fine, but penis. Are we keeping that answer?
There was a okay. I don't think about. There was one. It was a question like name something you put in your mouth but you don't swallow or something like that. And Steve Harvey looked at this woman because she had the look in her eye because she was going to say it. And he knew what she was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, damn. You're going to do it. You're going to say it.
Yeah.
And she said it. I do not want to say this. My children don't watch this. Jesus, I love you, but I cannot say it. Show it to me. Ding!
How many did it get? Any
pretty much
points?
He walked out. I couldn't even tell you what the points was, but I think he walked out.
Oh.
Yeah. The word was semen, okay?
But as funny as Steve Harvey's freakouts were, or like moments like that, none will ever top Richard Dawson for the one question. During what months of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant? September. Whoa.
Stop the clock. Stop
the clock. And then for the second contestant, he couldn't stop laughing. During what months of September?
Non-stop.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name. Alligator.
And I love him when he's explaining, name an animal with 3 letters in its name. You said alligator. You don't use narcotics, do you? No, but I will.
Yeah.
I thought frog was bad, and then you come up with alligator. It was
what
very
comes
tough
with a
dog
storm?
See, his answer, snow.
And the infamous dating game question, where's the most weirdest place you've ever made whoopee? And the woman looked at the host and said, in the ass?
Actually,
my husband just went.
What's a decade?
Yeah, what's a decade?
About 10
10 decades. 10 decades!
Oh, my lord. But,
how times they have changed.
Yeah, but actually, speaking of the newlywed game or dating game, whatever, with fucking hell, I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah, it was newlywed game, not dating.
Newlywed game. I'm trying to remember the name of the host.
Question.
Bob Barker.
No, that was Price is Right.
I know you get that all the time on Let's Make a Deal. It's the Price is Right happy. Oh, sorry. It happens.
Nice.
Let's play some golf.
Who the fuck was the host of Newlywed?
It's not
game?
Art Linkletter. Why do I always say Art Link?
Bobby Banks. I was trying to remember the name. So this is funny, and so this was funny. He did like a random appearance in Vegas for the 2011 NASCAR Awards, and they did a version of Newlywed Game. Probably one of the funniest answers I've ever heard for a question. They ask a bunch of the drivers. They were asking like, which NASCAR driver would you forbid your daughter to date? And they were all going around the horn. And Matt Kenseth, one of my favorites, fellow metalhead too, he had the ultimate answer. They asked him, name a driver you'd forbid your daughter to date. Danica.
Oh,
and like Jeff
lion
Gordon,
sack of shit.
And Jeff Gordon gave him a high five, and Bob's like, yes!
Yes!
That's good. You're funny, man. You're good.
We hate gay people.
Oh, it was fucking great.
Name another name for spouse. Bitch.
Name something that gets stuffed. Turkey. After he said turkey
something
3
you
times.
take to a beat. Turkey.
Turkey. And you cut back to the guy's family, and like his son or whatever is just like so dejected, like,
are you kidding me?
Seriously, Dad.
Oh. You can tell this show's gone off the wall now. We're talking game shows.
We talk wrestling? What? No.
Yeah, what was tonight's topic?
I have no clue.
Something very nice, very evil. Showhausen.
So what's up for the next few weeks?
Yes.
Get back to
a lot of random crap.
Yes. So, son of a bitch. So, the upcoming schedule next Saturday.
Son of a beep gun.
You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you? That is also sexual.
Wow.
So next week, back to normal schedule Saturday night. We're talking, since we did Bash tonight, we're going to do the 30th anniversary of SummerSlam 92 at Wembley.
I'm not going to be a part of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
day after my birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yay. My girl.
Yay.
47.
I felt like Matt Hardy there doing that.
37?
47.
40.
47.
It's okay to lie, you're 21.
It's my 26th year being 21. I'm a well-versed expert.
Yeah.
A cunning linguist?
That I am.
Yeah.
How much fish could Bobby Fish fry? Bobby Fish could fry fish.
Oh, great.
A lot.
Coming back.
A lot of fish. Smells like salmon. And tuna.
I thought that was Helen Hart.
That is also sexual.
Anyways,
I once had a jackass. I loved that jackass. And one day my father said, "You must kill your jackass." So I took it behind the house. I found a knife, and I killed my father because I loved my jackass. And I made all my money by killing my father.
Why?
Is that supposed to be Sean
to my family? Yes. I'm starting to sound like the Grinch. Why is that? I don't understand this. I'm just morphing into something different. Because I fucking hate jackasses. I hate them. I fucking hate them.
Mm-hmm. Well then.
Welcome to ASMR with the Grinch. fucking Alexander who? I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
And then 2 months later, Tajiri, empty case.
Anyway, what are the subjects coming up?
Yeah, so
Some
next week,
wrestling
SummerSlam
shit.
92. Week after that's the top 10 SummerSlam Intercontinental Championship matches. And then concluding SummerSlam month, we got top 10 SummerSlam Hidden Gems. Then for August, on the weekend of my birthday, 28. WCW Road Wild. I don't care.
Shut up. Levi, you're younger than the both of us.
My niece turned 14. I feel old.
Oh, shut up.
I'm 47. I'm going to be 47. I feel old.
You're only as old as you feel.
And I feel 95.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay, you're as young as you feel.
WCW Road Wild 97. Then the week after that, we're doing the top 10 hottest women in wrestling because fuck it.
Because why not?
We are nasty feckers.
You damn right.
Oink, oink. Come on. Oink,
then,
oink, oink.
Then the week after that, it's going to be an ECW show, but haven't decided which one just yet. Probably going to be Hardcore Heaven or WrestlePalooza, one of the two. And then the conclude August discussion.
Or we could always do the ECW title tournament from 94. Or no, the NWA title tournament from 94.
Yeah, no.
And everybody can kiss my ass!
Mm-hmm.
And then concluding August, our discussion about next generation wrestlers. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the David Sammartinos.
And the Eric Wattses.
Yes.
And the Lacey Von Erichs.
And the David Flairs. But,
and the Man U's.
Then for September, we got WWF One Night Only 97. Then the week after that, top 10 worst storylines, angles, and wrestling history. Week after that, first time ever doing a Raw review, reviewing the September 22nd, 97 episode of Raw, arguably the greatest Raw episode of all time, but no doubt the most important episode of all time. And then concluding September, retrospective on Goldberg's WCW run.
Goldberg.
October, Bad Blood in Your House 97. Then we're doing top 10 Kane matches.
Or we could change the topic, perhaps.
We'll see.
Because, somebody's being a little crazy fucker online.
Yes, he is. Yeah. We shall see. That's October. We got time before people forget about that.
Then the week after that, TNA Bound for Glory 2007. Week after that, discussion about wrestling's most evil character.
Very nice, very evil. Maybe Danhausen can be a part of this show.
Probably not.
No.
Well, I am Danhausen. Because you've never seen me and Danhausen in the same place at the same time.
You're Shaggy Two-Dope. We know it already.
Right. No, I am Danhausen. Very nice, very evil on this showhausen.
Whoop, whoop.
Where's this Shaggy Two-Dope-hausen?
Know what I'm saying?
Then November, AAA When Worlds Collide. Then after that's the top 10 worst Survivor Series matches. Then the week after that's NWA Starrcade 86. And then on Thanksgiving weekend, it's ECW November to Remember 97. And then the final three of the year, Starrcade 97, top 10 best celebrity involvements in wrestling, and Steve Austin's WCW run. With that said, it is
the January 2023. We're going to be doing this, and this.
this, and then. But anyways,
whoa. Maurice.
Table for Hamina.
Ooga.
Table for Hamina. But before we go, it is plug time, James.
Find me on my channel at We Are Pro Wrestling, where I just uploaded the first part of Heroes of SummerSlam, where I talk about Ultimate Warrior, The Rock, Edge, and Roman Reigns. You can find that and the entire schedule at my channel. Follow me on my Twitter at WAPW_wrestling for more updates.
Scott.
Find me on my YouTube channel. It's Mr. Scott doing reaction videos on there. Also find me on Twitter, on Instagram, and TikTok under It's Mr. Scott and under various amalgams of the phrase. We do a lot of TikToks lately, doing a lot of fun random comedy acting challenges and voiceover challenges. Having fun doing that. Also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/It's Mr. Scott, jamming out on there. And I'll be doing a lot of streaming since I'm on vacation now. I'm on vacation for a week. So that should be nice. I'll be doing a lot of streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. And also follow me and our good brother Walter Ball, who can be here this week on the Necrocasticon podcast with our friends Tom Clark, Skip Novak, and Dan Roberts, where we talk the more recent times in horror, metal, and more.
And finally, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, ThrashManiac99. So we just did this episode, and, well, currently on my subscriber count, I have now officially hit 3,400 now, so...
Yay!
Yay!
Cake for all!
Yeah!
Hey, everybody! We're gonna get laid!
I wish. Anyways, so yeah, hitting 30... You're married, damn it!
20 years doesn't mean anything.
Still, at least you have chances. I get nothing. I lose. No good day, me.
That's what money's for.
Yeah, but anyways, so as far as what I'm going to be doing, you can just go to my community tab on the YouTube page to see what's coming up for July. But the short version, tomorrow I'm going to be posting my review for the new Municipal Waste album, which I've already heard is fucking amazing. So I guess I'll find out for myself tomorrow. But Sunday, Horseman podcast coming back, as Ricky and I are going to be talking about top 10 Death Doom albums.
Oh, God.
Ricky's pride and joy of everything.
Yeah, I got to try to check that out.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just in there to fix the mistake Banger TV did and not putting Ass Fix on the list.
Mm-hmm. You got to fix the ass.
Bunch of assholes.
Yes.
Ass
Yes.
holes.
Yeah, I have to fix the ass. I have to glue it together. I have to
asshole.
Cock it. I have to cock that ass. But that's Sunday.
Clip that.
Oh boy. But yeah, that's Sunday. Of course.
Sunday.
But of course, Twitch streams a couple times a week of me playing games or just doing random shit like Scott does on streams, like ranking on Tier Maker. Mm-hmm. And all that good stuff, or just talking with other metalheads or what have you. Follow me on Instagram, where I just hit 600 followers today on Instagram at ThrashManiac_YT. And last but certainly not least, you can follow and or subscribe to me on Twitch at ThrashManiac99. And hell, if you go over to Twitch right now and hit that subscribe button, you'll get a special sound, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't. Please tell me.
I can't say. It'll ruin it. What the...
That's not fair.
What's
your sound?
Face.
I don't like you anymore. Goodbye.
And Scott's gone. But anyways,
I'm always here.
Oh my God, John Cena's here.
We can't see him.
Hey guys, I'm John Cena. Vern.
Jim Varney's here? Wait, what? Anyways, thank you. What the fuck? Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in this week, and we'll see you on normal schedule next Saturday.